Good afternoon, teachers. I'm presenting a case report of lacrimal sac diverticulum simulating as chronic dacrocystitis. It is a rare condition characterized by a cystic protruded pouch which communicates with the lacrimal sac. It may be congenital or acquired. The acquired case is most commonly seen after trauma or inflammation. The most common location is at the junction of the lacrimal sac and the nasolacrimal duct and in the lateral wall of the lacrimal sac. The patients are commonly asymptomatic but can present with a long-standing palpable mass, epiphora, discharge. The case is of a 37 years old female, resident of Odisha, housewife, with chief complaints of swelling near the left medial canthus since 2 years and watering and discharge from left eye since 6 months. Patient was apparently asymptomatic 2 years ago. Then she developed swelling near the left medial canthus, which gradually increased in size and was associated with occasional pain. 6 months ago, she developed watering and discharge from left eye, which was mucoid in nature. There is no history of trauma or surgery, redness, or any visual disturbance. Past history and drug history were not relevant. All the vitals were within normal limits. All the systemic examination were within normal limits. On local examination, the head position was erect. There was no facial asymmetry. A swelling was present on the medial aspect of the left lower eyelid. It was of size 1 multiplied by 1 centimeter, moderately tense in consistency, reducible on giving pressure, immobile, and the overlying skin was normal. Best corrected visual acuity in both the eyes was 6.6 and N6. Roplast test on right side was negative. On the left side, on pressing the swelling, a mucoid fluid came out from the nasal cavity. Anterior and posterior segment were within normal limit in both the eyes. Lacrimal passage was patent in both the eyes, but there was an enhancement of swelling while syringing on the left side. On probing, there was a hard stop on left side. We came to a provisional diagnosis of lacrimal sac diverticulum on the left side, and the differential diagnosis were lacrimal pump failure, epidermoid cyst of inferior nasal part of orbit, chronic dacrocystitis with mucocele. All the blood investigations were within normal limit. On CT, orbit and PNS, a tubular soft tissue lesion, size 10 multiplied by 6 millimeter, with surrounding fat stranding in the left lacrimal sac, suggestive of lacrimal sac diverticulum was found. On dacrocystography, a small contrast fill opacified diverticulum with a communication to the left lacrimal sac was noted. We finally made the diagnosis of left lacrimal sac diverticulum. Based on the findings of dacrocystography, we performed diverticulectomy under local anesthesia. Lacrimal sac patency was maintained before and after the surgery. A diverticulum of size 0.5 multiplied by 0.4 centimeter was excised and was sent for biopsy. On histopathology of the specimen, on H&E staining under 40x magnification, the section showed flattened cuboidal epithelial lining suggestive of the lacrimal sac. Under 100x magnification, fibrocollagenous tissue with skeletal muscle bundle along the lining of the sac was found. The patient was followed up for 6 months and the lacrimal passage was patent in all the visits. These are uncommonly diagnosed clinical abnormality of the sac. Milano et al. Reported 3% cases with diverticulum out of 2,000 dacrocystographies done for lacrimal obstruction. Usually a diverticulum occurs as an outpouch from the lateral wall of the lacrimal sac or has a communication with the later. In our case, a small communication was present between the sac and the diverticulum, so the patient underwent diverticulectomy. It is a rare condition. Dacrocystography is the most useful in diagnosis. CT has a limited value. Management includes surgical excision of the diverticulum or dacrocystorhinostomy. With proper clinical evaluation and investigation, we can preserve the lacrimal passage of the patient. Thank you.